Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I have a what's in my makeup bag. So right here is my makeup bag. This is kind of my small bag that has like the little essentials, and then I have a vanity over there that I sit at, and that's usually where I scatter all my makeup so that I can do my makeup every day. So today I wanted to share with you all of my current beauty favorites, what I'm using right now for makeup, and yeah, so let's jump on into the video. On a regular day-to-day basis, I normally don't do a whole lot of makeup. I normally do brows, concealer, mascara, and that's it. And that's pretty much what I have today, except I have some highlight and lipstick on. And then if I want to do like a little bit more like step up look, then I will add in like foundation, like a face palette, like bronzer, contour. And then if I want to like step it up, like full glam, then I add the eyeshadow, the eyeliner, the lashes, the whole everything. Just for reference, I do have normal to dry skin. I live in Arizona. It's typical for it to be dry here. I thought I would just show you kind of my entire makeup routine if I'm gonna do like a full glam. So I'll go in order of like primers, everything, like how I would actually do my makeup if I was doing it, and I would just tell you if I would use it on a day-to-day basis or not. So to start off, my favorite eyeshadow primer is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in original. I really have no preference on, like, I know they have like 4 different kinds and sometimes a 5th when there's a limited edition one. To be 100% honest, when I bought the Naked palettes, they actually gave me little sample ones, and those lasted me such a long time. And then I got this little sample one in a kit that I got with Urban Decay, and it's lasted me such a long time, so I have never actually bought the full size of any of them. I just don't see a point to it, just because I don't use a whole lot when I do use it, and then I don't use it a whole ton as it is. So I just have a little tiny sample size, and it's lasted me such a long time. But I've used like the other types, so like the other colors, I guess you would say, and I really have no preference. Like, I think they all work just as fine. I'm gonna put eyeshadow over it anyways. It really does nothing for me either way. It helps my eyeshadow stay on, but it really doesn't change my opinion if it's colored, if it's glitter, if it's not. I really could care less. Moving on to eyebrows, I use this, as of right now, I use this little e.l.f. pencil. It's a brow pencil in, I don't know because it doesn't say the color. This little guy has such a thick little tip there that it's really hard to use. I really don't recommend this pencil. I'm using it because I have it, and when I dyed my hair dark, I needed something to match, and I just got the easiest, quickest thing that I could. So I don't really recommend it. If I can sit there and work with it, then I can get it to look decent, but it's not my favorite pencil in the world. I usually like the Anastasia, but I just was in a pinch, and I don't see the need to buy it when I'm still using this one. It works, it's just not my favorite. And to go along with that, I use this Essence Make Me Brow. So I've never actually even tried the Benefit Gimme Brow. That's what it is, Gimme Brow. I've always used these. These are like $2.99 or $1.99. I don't even know, but they're so inexpensive that I can't even justify going to buy the Benefit one that's $20, because this one works perfectly for me. And they have 3 different colors now. I get the darkest one. I've always gotten the darkest one even when I was blonde, just because I like a darker brow, and I always use like, a blonde eye pencil if I'm blonde, and then I'll just add like the darker hairs. I think the dimension makes them look more natural. Then moving on to eyeshadow palettes, I have 2 eyeshadow palettes that my absolute favorite. Like, I could live with these 2 palettes for the rest of my life and be completely happy. The first one is the Tarte's Pro palette. So this one has 16 mattes and 4 shimmers. I think that there's a huge range of colors that, I think that you're supposed to use them like row by row by row, but I just use them, you know, like however I want to make whatever look I want. And I think that this alone was my only palette for such a long time that it's perfect. I can get any look I need out of it. But I also have the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe, and I love this palette. I use this palette all the time when I'm doing my makeup. I'll usually take colors out of both, but if I had to choose, I really have no preference. Either one of these would work great. I think both these palettes are amazing. And these are the really only two that I have. I have a couple other palettes, but I don't even dip into them anymore because all the colors I need are in these two. So those are usually the only two eyeshadow palettes that I use. And then moving on to foundation, I really only use one foundation anymore. I used to have a bunch of different ones and I would pick and choose which one I wanted to wear, but I don't even wear foundation very often. I'm not wearing it right now. So I just stick with the one. I have the Better Skin Maybelline foundation in the shade 40 Buff Beige. This is like the perfect in-between shade. Like if I'm fair, I can get away with it. If I'm tan, I can get away with it. It's my perfect shade. I think it sits on my skin really nicely. You can hardly tell I'm wearing it, but it gives me enough coverage when I do. So I love this. And to go along with it, I just got both of them because I wanted to try both of them and then I fell in love with them. I have the Better Skin concealer from Maybelline. I have it in the shade Light. So I think this makes a really great combination on my skin. Most of the time I'm just using concealer anyways, and it brightens enough and it covers enough. Like it's not full coverage, but it does what it needs to for me, and it fades really nicely. So it does fade throughout the day because I'm kind of like rough on my skin. I'll like lean on my hand and do whatever. So it fades nice enough to where it's not like, oh, like her makeup's fading. So I love that. And then the powder that I use right now, I actually got this in an Ipsy box, or what's it called? Ipsy. I got this in an Ipsy box like a year or two ago, and it's this little banana powder. It literally just says banana powder on the top. I don't even know the brand or anything, but it has lasted me such a long time, and I still have like half of the bottle left. So once this runs out, then the other powder that I use is the NYC Smooth Skin Powder, and they don't sell this in stores anymore. So once I run out of the two of these, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll figure it out, but of course the two powders that I love and I use all the time, I'm not gonna be able to repurchase, but it's fine. They work fine. It's what I use for now. Won't talk about them too much since you can't really get them anymore. But the next thing that I typically do is either bronzer or contour. If I do both, then I use, these are the only things that I use. I can't even tell you which one I do first. It's really just whatever happens that day. So I have the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula in bronzer. I used to have the light one. This one looks a lot better with my skin tone. And then I also have the Cocoa Contour Light to Medium from Too Faced. And I like this one. I got this one a couple years ago, and it has lasted me such a long time. Usually I'll dip into like both the colors, make a little custom contour, but this works great and I love this. So highly recommend that. The next thing that I will use is blush, and that I switch between two. So I have the California blush from Benefit. The only reason I have this is because it came in a little kit that my mom got, and she doesn't use blush, so she just gave me the little blush. And then same with the Tarte thing. I think this was part of their birthday, for like Sephora's birthday gift. So I got the little Tarte blush in Party. So I've gotten this like last year or the year before for my birthday. My birthday's in March, and it's lasted me. I don't use blush a whole ton either, just because my face gets red enough on its own. I don't need to add anything to it. But these are the two that I will use if I'm going to use blush for the day. The next thing that I have for you is highlights. So I have two highlights that I switch back and forth. I have this e.l.f. highlight. It's in Moonlight Pearls. this is probably like a day-to-day blush for me. It's the one I'm wearing today. It's very like subtle but still there. Oh well, subtle, yeah, okay. I love it. It's like just enough for me. I love glitter, I love sparkle, I love highlight, so I recommend this one. This one's hard because you kind of got to take off that top layer in order to get to the good color, and that's not taking off the top layer. That's a lot. That's like 2 years of use, and I still have this much left of it, so this is really good. The other one that I have is the Smashbox Spotlight palette in Pearl. This was the Casey Holmes collaboration, so they have the 3 colors here. I really have no preference on colors. Usually I'll just put my brush in all of them and put it on. They're all great. I love them all. It's between these two I get all the kind of highlights that I could need or want for the day. Recommend both of these. If you're on a budget, definitely get this. I love this. I use it every single day. Even if it's just like a tiny little bit just to make myself feel like more awake and alive, get this. But if you want to splurge a little bit more, I don't think it has like the Casey Holmes collaboration packaging anymore, but they are so pretty and I love them, and it's definitely worth it because this has lasted me. I've had this a year, and I don't go through makeup. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't go through a whole ton of makeup. And then what I use for mascara, I always go back to this one. I don't ever really buy any others, or if I do, it's just to like try them to see if I could save a couple dollars. But I have the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is perfect for me. Anything with like the silicone harder brushes with like the bristles, I love. So this works perfect for me. Makes my lashes longer. It doesn't really add too much volume, but I like it. It makes me happy. It's perfect. So the last item is lipstick. I don't wear lipstick a whole ton just because I like to kiss my fiance. I like to be able to drink a drink without it getting everywhere, especially because I work such long days and I don't want to keep touching it up. But if I'm gonna wear it, I'll either switch between the Vivid Matte Liquid from Maybelline, and this is in Nude Thrill. This is the one I'm wearing now. It's just a nice little touch of color. Like it's my lip color but better. So I like this one. And if I'm gonna do a bold lip, this is the one I go for. I put this on my lips one day when I was working like at a restaurant Christmas time last year, and I worked a double shift, so I worked from morning till midnight, and this did not come off and I did not retouch it. This is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Missy and Fierce. This is like such a dark, let me do a little swatch for you. This is such like a bold, dark red lip. Oh, it's so pretty. And I guess since I'm swatching, let's do this one. And here is that one. So it looks like it's got a lot of color, but once it goes on your lips, it kind of just fades into your lip color, and I like the way it sits. But this red one is so beautiful. I love it around Christmas time. It's so perfect, and it just sits so nicely on your lips. And then the very last thing that I use is the Mario Badescu facial spray. I used to use the rose water one, but now I am all about the green tea and cucumber one. It smells so amazing. I use it to set my makeup, so it's just, oh, I love it. It smells so good. I highly recommend this for anything. Sometimes even when I'm not wearing makeup, I'll spray it on my face just because it smells amazing. But that is everything that I have for my current beauty favorites. That's everything in my makeup bag. If you like this video and want to see more beauty related videos, then give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a new video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.